Hey, put it on number... Put it to the next one. Next one. Yeah, you'll know this song, and this will freak you out. Hello, welcome to J and B on the Rocks. I'm Jay.
And I'm B.
And I'm wearing sunglasses.
And I'm wearing a t-shirt.
And
it says re-legalize marijuana.
You know why that is? Why these things are?
Because this is our peace and justice episode.
And that means it's about peace and justice.
Those are two things which we would like to
see
realized.
Yes. There's actually there are a lot of things going on in our society right now that have to do with peace and justice, and that is one of the reasons that we're doing this episode, because what are we if not a timely news-oriented television show?
So anyway,
in the interest though of
peace,
being peaceful and being timely, it's time to make a drink. So we're going to do that.
I think so.
Right now.
I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road.
Yeah, man. Dig it.
Where you going? Yes, he told me.
Okay, so we're going to make this drink. It's going to be called a Peace and Justice Banana. And we're going to start out, we've got 6 ounces of water here in the old blender. This is a blender drink, and by the way, this constitutes the first blender drink that we've made on this show. So, you should be excited. So get out your blender. You're making this with us, right? Because this is a show which glorifies the responsible use of alcohol by teaching you to make a variety of mixed drinks. The point being that you should make these drinks along with us, drink them along with us, as the show goes on. We're going to make 2 of these. So 6 ounces of water in the old blender. Then we're going to add the alcohol. We're going to put, let's see, we're going to want 1.5 ounces per drink of vodka. So that's 3 ounces. So this is an 1.5 ounce jigger, so I'm going to fill it up twice, obviously. Yes, there we go. 1 ounce each of Kahlua. Now that sounds like a lot, but that's because it is. So that means that we're adding 2 ounces. For those mathematicians in the audience who have figured this out already, sorry, but for those who haven't, we're adding 2 ounces. Oops, a little too much. So, then we're going to add a banana. Actually, this one's kind of green, so we're going to use this one. Okay. Now, since this is a blender, it's going to chop it up for you, so you don't need to really cut it up very finely. I'd say just break it up into fairly small pieces. Drop it in that old blender there. This is a drink, by the way, created by me. Oops, I ate one of those pieces of banana. Whatever shall I do? You were going to talk about this poster some here.
Oh yeah, actually, are you going to blend?
Well, actually I'm going to add some milk real quick here. We're up at 16 ounces here, and we want it up to 20, so we're adding 4 ounces of milk. which is 2 ounces per drink. And then we want to add 4 ounces of ice, crushed up.
4 ounces?
Yeah.
Well, now, how many cubes?
So we're going to blend this. Listen. Put the lid on it first. Yeah, I think that's... That sounds like it's blended to me.
We are stardust.
Man! So we drank that drink and it was pretty good. Had a little too much water. If you haven't completed making yours yet and you haven't added the water, just maybe leave it out. See, it would make it more mushy.
Yeah. If you have completed the drink and or if you've already made the drink, we recommend that you get a particle accelerator and separate the water.
We got to get ourselves to the
We're in the process of talking about peace and justice.
Justice and peace.
Yeah, so what we're going to do here is just inform you about some little facts that you may want to know about peace and justice.
For example,
Yeah.
the number of governors who say they would veto any proposed state restrictions on abortion, 30. 30 of the governors in the U.S. would oppose any new state restrictions on abortion. But you know how many said that in 1989? 3. Or no, 5.
5. So
5 to 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
so obviously this is a issue about which people are paying attention.
yeah,
The governors
Yeah.
are paying attention
And
to
it's
what
a-
the people are
yeah.
saying, and the people are saying that they want choice.
yeah. So that's kind of a justice issue, a peace issue here. Chances that an American pediatrician has treated a child for a gunshot wound in the last year, 1 in 6. Now, I don't know if that's 1 in 6 children or 1 in 6 doctors, but either way, it's an astonishing statistic.
I'm astonished. Frankly, though I don't find anything more fascinating than this one here. Number of people detained in South Africa this year for participating in, quote, suspicious public gatherings,
End quote.
this year. 97. Okay?
97.
Now,
Yeah.
compare
okay.
that with chances that an American under the age of 19 participated in a political demonstration last year. 2 in 5. 2 out of 5.
Uh-huh.
Then.
Now compare that to the other statistic, though.
Chances that an American under the age of 19 in 1968
So,
participated
like 20 years ago.
in a political demonstration that year, about 25 years ago, 1 in 6. In other words, during the late 60s, it was actually
Less likely.
less likely that a person under the age of 19 would have been involved in some kind of political demonstration. It's more likely today. So if people tell you that these are not as radical of times, perhaps you should question that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, that's interesting because actually in this different Harper's Index that we have here, these are all facts from the Harper's Index. We don't deny that. We cite our sources assiduously. But compare that, you know, the political demonstration type thing. The ratio of the number of fan letters that Mary Pickford received in 1919 to the number that Madonna received last year, that was 6 to 1. Now that is both peaceful, you know, because it's not. I mean, it wasn't hate mail, and also that's just because, you know, Madonna is not nearly as deserving of popular support and something. Go ahead.
As we are.
Yeah.
You know, the
Or
number,
Mary Pickford.
the number, this is the topper,
Okay.
I think. Number of this year's presidential candidates who who have a child named after a Joni Mitchell song? 1.
That is fascinating.
Can I walk beside you? I have come here to lose the smog, and I feel as if I am a cog in something. Turn around.
So anyway, we're talking about peace and justice here. That's why this is the peace and justice episode.
That's right. And peace and justice is an extremely timely
Issue.
set of issues, a kind of
Yeah.
dual issue.
Yeah, duo, like us.
But right now, because of the Peace and Justice Center has recently lost its lease. And, and here's a little something about that.
Had a lot of
Good
musicians
shows.
and
Just
artists
fine
that are
shows.
passing through here from all over the country.
Yeah, from
Maybe
Cal-
just-
Folk artists and, you know, and we've been able to make ends meet until, like I said, we really started having a lot of trouble when the students left at the end of the summer. And plus our lease was up and we were trying to figure out whether it was really realistic enough for us to be able to think that we could make enough money in order to stay here then. And we tried to deal with our landlord and get on, we dealt with him month to month through the summer.
And what is his name?
There's two, Hilliard and Lyons, right?
I don't know.
RJ and Dave.
Hilliard and
Hi
Lyons.
Dave, hi RJ.
So we're going to make what is called a free spirits. Now this drink has some Kentucky bourbon in it, a fine bourbon that we can often read about if we
Been known
can.
to blur the vision.
Yeah.
God,
And
that just did not work.
hey man, it's okay because we're free spirited around here. So we're gonna have some Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Actually, it's better that you didn't see the label because if you had, you would have known what brand we're drinking, and hence there would have been some kind of endorsement, which we don't want to do. Okay, so we'll add an ounce of this to this glass, and then we're gonna add just a hint of Rumpelminz. It's a mint flavored liqueur. The reason we're adding this and the bearing it has on this drink is, of course, you know, Rumpelstiltskin was quite a free spirit in his time. So we're just going to add a hint of that. Okay. Yeah, that is hinting at flavor. And then just to confound all the issues, we're gonna add some Grand Marnier, which again, you know, you know, it sounds kind of like Grand Mariner, and maybe that's even what it means or comes from. You know, what were mariners if not free-spirited people? So we're gonna add just a little hint of that. And there we have a free spirit. We're gonna swish and taste. I would pronounce that as distinctly potable.
You're a liar.
Hey, there's Christy Paxson, star of the Christy Paxson Show.
Oh, no. And you know what? I just
Are you
don't...
over 21?
No, and that's why I can't sample
Oh, okay.
the free spirit. I'm
Okay.
an unfree spirit.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
Maybe it is just the time of year.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the time of man. I don't know who I am, but you know life is for learning.
And we asked that, could we go for the summer without signing the lease and try to keep up with our payments and so forth. And he allowed us to do that. And I think that this place had been empty a long time when we rented it, for one thing. And I imagine it's not going to be that easy to rent again. And I think maybe he was hopeful that we'd get it together. One of them was. It seemed like one of them was more interested in working with us than the other one was. And then it sort of came down to when we finally when it seemed like we had figured it out, in another way. We depended totally on donors, donors from the community. We didn't
We had some fundraising.
Yes, we had
fundraising
fundraisers
things.
through the music and stuff, but we didn't ever like file for a grant or any kind. We didn't really have any fundraising people in our group. We're all kind of grassroots, just struggling on our own. It's been a struggle to try to come up with the energy to also struggle for the financial stability of the Peace Center, because we're all kind of like that in our daily lives.
So, our next door neighbors are having a little party. Please get your finger out of my nose. Jay. Our next door neighbors are having a party tonight because their friend is going into the army tomorrow.
Now that is peaceful.
Yeah, and just as well. Anyway, as they say, all's fair in love and war. We're going to go over there and see how that guy's doing.
I'm like, Aaron, I bet you can't do a triple reverse on the free throw line up to that board. Take a look at the board.
There it is. Triple reverse.
I'm like, Aaron, there's no way you can. I'm like, not only that, but you have to jump over my roommate, Eric. Yes. He's like, bullshit, I can do it anytime, any place. He's like, I'll bet you $100 in matchbook covers. He's like, come on.
Wow.
He's like, takes off from the door. He's like, jumps, trips over Eric, hits his chin right there.
Oh, god damn. So
48 stitches.
wow.
He didn't even touch the rim. He
Wow.
didn't touch the
He
net.
didn't even get close.
He was found right there. See that outline? Oh no, it's kind of blurred up in all the beard and shit.
Oh yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, that was him. Yeah.
God damn. So do you think he'll go into the army tomorrow?
Aaron can do anything he wants, but fly jets.
What do you think?
Hey Aaron, if you got your ears on, lick it.
So, just in case you didn't make all that out.
Basically.
Yeah, so what happened was the guy who's going into the army tomorrow had a bad accident. And
At this party, at his own party.
He's in the hospital instead, or he was when we went over there. He wasn't at the party. He'd sliced his chin open.
48 stitches. 48, count them.
As those friends of his so sympathetically and gleefully almost described
Yes.
to us.
Yeah.
And
So he missed his party.
not only did that happen, though, we also got spotted.
Yeah. Check this out.
Yeah, I'll be your first recognized viewer.
Wow.
JB on the rocks, man. The hospital shit was great.
Yeah, well, you know, we just live next door here.
That's
We
cool.
heard about this party and we came over here to
I
find
don't live
out.
here, but I heard JB on the rocks is here, so I came over.
Wow.
We've got to get ourselves to the garden. Yeah.
But then he just did not want, he decided he didn't want us to sign the lease. He said
Yeah.
that
So,
maybe we weren't exactly the kind of image he had in mind for this place, and that it'd look better empty with a for rent sign in the window. So we're shopping for a new place.
yeah, we're trying to empty it today because we're supposed to be
Out in
by
2
the-
days.
Yeah, or tomorrow.
2 days.
2 days.
What's
Today's
the date?
15th.
The 15th. That's
Ah.
right. So we've got till Thursday. I was thinking it's
Lucky us.
So by the time the viewer sees this,
This will be closed.
yeah,
Yeah.
this place will no longer be here.
Yeah.
But you're looking for a new place.
We're looking for a new place, and
By the time that we got to Woodstock, we were half a million strong, and everywhere you looked, there was a song and a celebration. Everybody was singing and dancing and sharing and having fun, and that ring that I saw
vodka. Now here is part 4 of Disturbed Monkey Love. You know, this is that videotape that someone sent us. We haven't gotten another videotape in a while, and we'd like you to send us one. Send it to the address on your screen. Disturbed Monkey Love, part 4. So that's J and B on the Rocks for this week. I'm Jay.
I'm B.
And, that address on your screen, that is the address that anyone under 21 who owns a bottle of J and B Scotch should not send it to. Was that proper English? Vermouth.
1, 2, 3, 4.